Neverland.
Good morning. Welcome to Morning Beer. My eyelids look heavy. It's because of all the makeup. I figured I would put on my, like, metal garb, you know? Because I wanted to talk about Metallica's new beer. Why? Okay, so I looked all over Portland for this beer. Apparently there was a Metallica concert not too long ago, and it's all sold out everywhere, except for, clearly I got some, like the last case in all the city, and I drank it, and can confirm that these reviews are accurate.
If you're someone that is kind of not into IPA, this is a good entry level IPA.
This is like hopped up Coors Light.
Yeah, it's just like if you took like the worst Pilsner you can get in America and just threw a bunch of
Hops in it. Yeah. I mean, this is Stone, so it's usually pretty aggressive.
Usually, yeah.
Which this is aggressive.
This is aggressive, but I mean, sometimes their
way.
hops are aggressive, but at least it has a good finish. This is like aggressive hops and a bad finish.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to break this to you because I hope you don't already know this. This isn't the first time that Metallica has made a beer. Metallica has also made a beer in Canada with Budweiser. Oh, yes. So, yeah, it looks a lot the same as the ones we got now. Wow. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just really funny. So when this story first broke as well about Metallica, it was sent to me as a link, and I thought, oh my god, what kind of a brewery would do this, you know? What kind of a brewery is so into money, refuses to be irrelevant? Of course, when I found out it was Stone Brewing, I was not at all surprised. So, what we're going to do right now, because the news today, there's not a lot of news, let's just talk about this. I'm going to do a reaction to the video that Stone Brewing released about the history behind Enternight, their, I don't know why I air quoted it, Enternight, their Pilsner. Enternight. Pilsner. It's like, you guys really didn't. I wonder a little bit if they just took the recipe from that Canadian Edition Limitée and did it with Stone. I don't believe that. I think that Stone Brewing, because they are so arrogant, they most likely redid the whole recipe and put a lot of money into making this very mediocre Pilsner. And I'll crack one open. We can talk about it because, you know, God, it's just, why? And don't get me wrong, I too would be just super excited if Metallica said, you want to make a beer with me? I just definitely, I don't know, I would think about it. There are a lot of music beers out there. We just talked the other day about Panic at the Disco released theirs. One of my favorites is Hop. The Hanson brothers, actually, they're really cool. They still do shows. If you're doing a beer festival, they're likely to attend if you ask and feed their entire extended family. Signature Brews, it's a company that they work with this one label. They do a lot of beers there. There are a lot of different bands that have beers, and I think it's a fun thing to think about. I just don't think that Metallica put any thought into this. I'm pretty sure they just want money. So we're going to sit down. I'm going to react to the video. We'll just watch that. I'm going to crack open one of the beers, and we'll watch it, and we'll see what happens together, shall we? I mean, it's a pretty basic. I mean, it looks a lot already like that Canadian beer they released. The guy at the store when I got this as well was like, yeah, the Metallica concert, they all just sold out. So I paid about $14.50 for a 6-pack of these, which is substantially more than you're going to pay for a 6-pack of Coors. I'll tell you that. I mean, it definitely looks like it should be. This is probably an all-right Pilsner, you know? I drank it last night after drinking a lot of other delicious beers, so I was a little critical. It does everything a Pilsner should really do, to be honest. It does have a lingering bitterness, a little bit of a mid-palate there. You got some sticky, resiny flavor, but it's not really bitter. It's not side of the mouth or going anything. It's really just light, crisp, Pilsner, crackery. I would say it's crushable, but it's also kind of fatiguing on my palate a little bit. But we'll just drink it and we'll get into the thing and we'll just see what happens. I'm not going to put this on my computer. That's a safety hazard. Okay. The story of Enternight Pilsner. Ugh, it's supposed to be metal.
Hey, you know what? Enternight, people. God damn! That is drinkable.
Great clip.
I've been trying to act cool and calm all afternoon. I don't know if I'm fooling anybody but myself, but we are here backstage with the band, and these guys are treating us like old friends. I mean, it's awesome how warm and welcoming, and you know, James was explaining how he'd been researching about our company.
Oh my god,
and
zoom
telling me
in
how...
on Greg's reaction. You've got to see he's super stoked. It's really hard to read this man. He is a silly character, for those of you who don't know. He's been in the beer industry for a really long time. Metallica and Stone really do have some parallels. So when they say they're kind of the same, they are. They're difficult to read. They think they're opposing the industry and like they're super rock on hardcore, but they're also unique in their own world of themselves. So there's that guy. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. It's kind of like when bands wear their own shirts to their own show. Like, don't do that.
Explaining how he'd been researching about our company and telling me how he thinks that what we're doing is really cool and there's a lot of parallels. And how is James Hetfield doing that? But we're back here. We're introducing Enternight for the very first time. And it's really
Wow,
exciting.
they're really fanboying. So the band hasn't had this beer before. Great shot. So sexy. Let it dribble in your beard a
And you
little
quote
bit.
Mr. Lars Ulrich. Enternight, people. God damn. Well, here we are. How cool is this? We're backstage
yeah.
with a
So
band.
these guys are looking
for the
good.
first ever release
I'm
of
assuming
Enternight.
some of these people
This comes
don't
from-
drink alcohol.
Well, it's a team.
That's why they're just wearing it on their hat.
Where's Steve? Where's Steve? There's Steve. Hey, Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Okay, some backstory. You see, earlier this year, we got contacted from the band's management, and they were telling us that the band was interested in making a beer, and okay, that sounded really cool. And by the way, Metallica.
Oh my god. This thing is 10 minutes long. We're not going to watch all of this. We're going to skip.
Creating this beer, the branding, everything about it is very much a team effort.
I'm sorry. Let's take a moment to look at the branding that they put so much effort into. It's quite literally the old Metallica logo on a black can. I don't know what it would have required to have made this with, oh, there's an M and an A. I'm not someone who does label designs. Oh, and the arrogant bastard stone thing. But, Anyway, back to the show, kids.
Let's go back a couple of months. to
Oh,
Copenhagen.
rewind.
Me and Lars, we meet for the first time.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
I'm
This
Lars.
is just really
Hi,
like a
Greg here.
fanboy video.
We're in beautiful Copenhagen. Here, I'll give you a quick look around. There you go. Lars
Look at
gesturing.
that. It's a beautiful day. We've just come
Lars
from
a short man?
an incredible lunch of herring and mackerel. You're never too far away from a pickled fish in this country.
The real thing is we're
I don't
talking
care.
about beer.
That's right. We can't wait to share this with all the beer drinkers out there, all the music lovers, and all the lovers of all good things in life. And hope you're thirsty out there.
I am.
Because I want you to buy my beer
Yeah.
in large
Okay, so we're going to
quantities.
peel off. We're going to have a beer. We're going to get into more
Because really, you
discussion,
have
but
to
we
drink
wanted to give
thirsty
you a
to wanna
word
drink this.
here from Copenhagen in the early part of the conversation. First time Lars and I met. And we're getting along all right.
That is so stoned!
All right, I'm going to teach you guys the Arrogant Consortia
They're really good at
Metallica
it.
Enternight Toast. It's very simple. Please pay close attention. Here's to me. Okay, let's go back a couple weeks.
And we're drinking beer and living large and enjoying not just the company but the beverages. And we have
play-by-play here.
We have taken a
else is
trip
in the
through
room?
the history of Stone.
Basically, I was doing a beer education, going through the classic Stone IPA. We did some. There you go.
Need a bottle share. And
A
that's pretty
little
cool.
of the old.
I mean,
can,
true.
yeah.
If Homeboy
Stout
doesn't know
there.
anything
Yeah.
about beer,
Ooh,
this is
take
Big
that one
hit,
with
big
you.
hit, yeah.
Big hit.
Yeah.
The OG.
big money. Woot Stout makes a lot of money.
I love. So OG and new OG.
Okay.
Metallica OG right there.
That's right. Enternight.
Our
I don't think he
stories are
knows
so
what OG
similar,
means.
Okay, we live on the fringes, outside of the main. We live on the fringes, outside of the mainstream, and we just
Came from there.
we came from the fringes. Okay, and then the mainstream
Well
came to
done.
us. Was
Yeah.
that the
You
conclusion?
came from the
Yeah,
fringes
yeah,
and
yeah.
now
Okay, there you go.
You're
And
just
all
on
of you
top,
guys
so
that
that's
said,
cool.
by the way, that crazy shit you guys are doing, we like it too. Cheers, guys. Over and out.
Aw.
Lars and this
I
team
like that
came
you
down
like
to
that I do
Escondido,
things.
showed them around the bistro. We, of course, sat down and all broke bread
This is
together.
a very beautiful
then we
location.
showed
though,
them
if
around
you
the
do get
brewery.
to Escondido. Farm
Make
to
a toast to
table,
our new blended family.
beautiful brewery.
Cheers.
Hey,
It's probably not surprising,
one
but
in
there's a
Berlin
lot of
is
Metallica
equally
fans on
like
our
that.
team. Lars
But-
saying hey, hanging out, drinking beer. Hey, that's what it's all about.
So we're gonna. The block party is mostly over the release of the Enternight, and
telling you,
all the fans
Metallica's
have
right
gonna
here
the
in my
stadium
heart. Not enough
for
to
the
go
show.
see a
But
show now,
there's gonna be a
but
couple of hangers on at the last minute, and Lars is gonna go off. Maybe ask questions about how to like the beer.
Great. I'm glad we could watch this together, guys. In conclusion, people, I have nothing against Metallica and I have nothing against Stone. I think this beer is overhyped, strangely marketed, and anyway, it's a beautiful day, even though this is happening. So I will see you tomorrow.
It's probably like 11 in the morning right now. So, I mean, it's 11 p.m. somewhere though, right?
I have some Metallica whiskey that just might save the day. Metallica came out with a whiskey called Black End